Aloha guys, hope everyone's doing well. I'm excited to bring you this episode and video. I've been waiting to do this for quite a while. It's something that is near and dear to my heart because I'm going through a pretty heavy journey with my mom as a caregiver. I moved back from Hawaii after being there for about 10 years. I had my mom there with me who has dementia. She's 86 right now. And she actually was there in Hawaii with me for 2 years. But right now I'm back in the suburbs of Chicago. And as you see in this picture, that was us right before we left to Hawaii. You think the journey with dementia can't be any harder, and you throw in a pandemic and all the limitations and restrictions that are in place that we have really no control over. And I've been looking for something that would actually help out with staying in contact with my mom. So this video is essentially about utilizing technology to stay connected during these really, really hard, trying times. I went ahead and tested a few things. There was something called View Clicks, which was actually, they basically, it's a 10-inch or 12-inch monitor, and they have their own little thing going. And I bought it and wasn't overly impressed personally, and kind of started researching some other options. And I realized I had my mom, I had her using this little Amazon Alexa speaker, which is pretty cool, just to be able to play music remotely and talk to her. So you can actually use a drop-in feature with this. And I could talk to her and communicate almost like an intercom. So say when they have their window visits going, I could actually use my iPhone with the Alexa app and use the drop-in feature and connect to this. And then she can hear me and I could hear her. And the drop-in feature is the key component in this whole part of this Amazon Alexa and Amazon Alexa show journey. This guy really has been the only device to be able to see my mom regularly and communicate with her and see her and do wellness checks on her and all that kind of stuff. So it is a total game changer in regards to communicating with your loved one during this dementia journey. And again, utilizing this technology in a creative way. Not everyone knows. You'd be surprised. People have no idea that this even exists. They may know it exists, but they don't know you can utilize it in this way. So this Amazon Alexa show, it's brand new. And this one I'm going to be giving away to someone. So never used, still in the wrapper. This is essentially what you get. So this is a 10-inch Amazon Alexa show in sandstone in this white color, which is really nice. They have a black one as well. And all you get in the box is the adapter for power and this guy right here. So we're going to unveil it. Boom. You get a set of instructions as well, which really you don't need. I would imagine most of the stuff is online. This guy essentially is a 10-inch display with a speaker. So it's essentially this guy, but with a 10-inch high definition display. It's 1080, it's not 720. So you have a nice display, and I can go ahead and communicate and see my mom on this. And all you have to do literally is take this thing out of the box, plug it into the wall, and connect it to your local Wi-Fi. So you do need local Wi-Fi, and you do need power, of course. So with that being said, all you need to do is download the Amazon Alexa app on your iPhone or Android or iPad, whatever it is. They pretty much support that app with any device. And you download that. You do not need two of these. My mom has one and I don't own one. This one I bought strictly to give away to someone. So this guy right here is in my mom's room, this exact model, plugged into the wall, connected to the local Wi-Fi. So right now I'm by my mom's window. Because of the COVID restrictions, we're limited to window visits. And I have my mask on. There's my mom right there, my beautiful mommy. Say hello, Mom.
Hello.
Okay, there she is.
Oh, boy, is that clear?
I know, it's super clear.
Wow.
So I'm using my iPhone really quickly just to share. Here, move, Mom, scoot over a little bit, right over there. I want to show people. So that right behind, right over there, is where the Echo is, the show. And that's what we use to stay in contact. So say, for example, when I was driving here, I could actually call her using the Alexa app, and I would just go to communicate and then drop in, and it would auto answer. And then I could see her and we could talk and she could see me and I could say I'm on my way over to bring her cookies or whatever it is. But that's where it's in her room. And the only issue sometimes is maybe they want to unplug it, but you could easily get an outlet cover for her or for anyone. But again, just wanted to give you a real life example of how I'm using it and where it's placed, but I'm going to go and tell you and talk to you about exactly what to do in the rest of the tutorial. So say bye, Mom.
Bye. Good night.
Okay.
Thank you.
We love you.
Love you.
And all I need to do is pick up my phone. I'm going to go ahead, and you see this Amazon Alexa app right here. It's the blue app with the little caption bubble. I depress it, and then I have this app right here, and I have a communicate tab right to the left. There's home, communicate, and from that tab, what you really want to pay attention to is that drop-in feature. So this drop-in is key. You click drop-in. My mom, who has really bad progressed dementia, does not have to do anything. So I can say drop-in, boom, and it's going to call my mom, and she doesn't have to say any keyword or do anything to answer. It's just going to auto answer. Hey, Mom, I'm just saying hello, okay? I'm going to call you back.
Okay.
Here, wait, hold on one second. We're going to say hi to her and show. So you can see, there's my mom. Here, wave to the camera and say hello. Say hi, everyone. Hi, YouTube. Can you say that?
Yeah. Hello.
Say hi, YouTube.
Hi, YouTube.
There you go. All right, I'm going to call you back, okay? I'll call you back. Okay, I love you.
Love you too.
So you see, there's that. So my mom doesn't have to do anything. Now, the reason it was kind of sluggish is I'm a cellular network right now. So the cellular connection, it will work, but it's not going to be ideal. So you really want to be network to network, meaning Wi-Fi to Wi-Fi, for you to have the best experience seeing your loved one. But that's all you need to do. You just need to have the Amazon Alexa app installed on your smart device. So now we have a display Amazon Alexa that now when I drop in, I can actually see my mom. So again, my mom doesn't have to do anything. My mom has really horrible dementia, so it's pretty progressed, and she has a hard time with anything. I actually went and bought her an iPad at one point, and the iPad was just too much work to actually get her to navigate and hit a little button to answer with Skype or something or FaceTime. And it's just way, way more of a confusing thing, an option. So I would stay clear of the iPad unless your mom isn't in the dementia side of things or Alzheimer's and she actually has her faculty as far as her mind. But again, this thing is super key. So I bought this for around $230. I believe it was either from B&H or maybe it was even Amazon Direct because I'm a Prime member. But at the same time, for $230, you essentially get a device that you can communicate with your loved one and stay in contact and see them literally every day. And they don't have to do anything. They actually have a cradle for this as well, which I didn't buy, but some people have an issue with their parents because they're confused, maybe turning it up or pushing it down so they just can't see it. So they actually do have a cradle. I can put a link to that. But at the same time, the only issues you can really run into with the dementia or Alzheimer's patient is essentially them unplugging it, which you can get an outlet cover as a worst case scenario or pull a dresser over the actual plug, because my mom actually does that as well sometimes. So with this Amazon Alexa show, literally every single day, I keep in contact with my mom. There's so many uses for this thing, I can't even really know where to begin. I use it to say goodnight to her. I use it to say good morning to her. I use it to check in on her. Essentially, you can drop in and see and keep even an eye on the staff. Who's anyone kidding? We all want to see and know what's going on. They don't always at these facilities tell us what we really need or want to know. So there is that side of this too. It's not necessarily a device to spy, but again, it's an extra set of eyes that you can keep an eye on your loved one with. And also, you have the ability to keep any family member, if you want, to be able to drop in on them as well, or even close friends or family. So there's that whole side of it. A lot of people want to know about the privacy side of it, and I actually took a few notes. I'm going to kind of refresh myself. But just so you're aware, when you get this and you plug it in and you connect it to the Wi-Fi, essentially nobody can drop in on your parent or your loved one. So it's not as if anyone can just go and pop in your parents' rooms while they're changing. That's not going to happen. It will sync, so when you hook up the Alexa app, it will actually sync with your contacts on your phone, and it won't even show the option in the contact to enable drop-in if they don't have an Alexa-supported device or app. So you don't even have to worry about that. If they don't have an Amazon Alexa show or the app installed on their phone, they won't even have that option for them anyway. But again, for myself, I only enabled for my sister and myself. So all it is, let me see if I can show you. If you go into the Alexa app, there's a communicate tab to the far left of the bottom screen. It's the second furthest to the left. And if that's depressed, you go to this top right, there's like a little person kind of silhouette. You click on that, that will pull up all your contacts. And if I go into my name, you can see there's an option for allow drop-in. So that's the key thing to know. That's going to be toggled off by default, so you can manually toggle who you want to drop in on your loved one and control that completely. So nobody's going to be able to spy on your mom or see your loved one for, any example. You have to manually click that in order for it to actually be allowed. So the app that you need is this Amazon Alexa app, which is on the top of my apps, right to the right of the App Store. This little blue one right over on the top, second furthest from the left. I'm going to go ahead and depress that, and it's going to open the Amazon Alexa app. Now they have this for the iOS, for Android, and I believe Windows. I don't even know much about that whole side of things, but apparently they were saying Windows devices are supported as well. So anyway, over here we have home on the bottom, communicate, play, device, and more. A good thing with the more area, just so you know, if you ever have any questions, you can go into help and feedback, and then you can go speak with a representative, and you could type in your phone number and say, call me now, and you'll get pretty much an instant call back and get connected to a representative. So that's really handy in case you have any questions regarding privacy or drop-in or just want to know 110% for certain. But again, really the only thing that I'm concerned with is play, because I can go in and play music for my mom. So for example, I have Pandora connected. I could go to John Denver Radio. I can go, and if you see, I got Anessa, which is my mom's name, her Echo Show. I can go ahead and select this, and we'll start playing. I'm going to pause it and stop. Oh, it's actually playing right now. But here I can go adjust the volume for her, and I'm going to stop this, though, for her so she doesn't get confused. But we can go to communicate, and this is what you basically want to be familiar with. So announce, I use on occasion if you want to just say, love you, Mom, or something like that. You can hit this little button and it will basically be in Alexa's voice and say that announcement for you. So basically drop-in is what I used at 99% of the time. So I can go to drop-in, and right now you see Inessa's Echo Show. And if I go ahead and hit this, it's going to call my mom. So this is real time. It's 6:42 in the evening, and I'm going to go ahead and see what she's doing. And she's had a rough day today. She's been very confused. I mean, she doesn't really even recognize what the TV is. She thinks right now that this show that I have in her room is the TV. So she thinks like she's watching TV when she's talking to me, which is pretty bizarre, but welcome to dementia. So I'm going to go ahead and call her right now. And I'm going to go and you'll see she doesn't even have to answer. She doesn't do anything. Hey, Mom. What are you doing?
Just sit down.
So I'm going to mute it really quick. And you see how the screen kind of fades into clarity? I have her muted right now. So if you see I have a mute button, I can turn off my video over here. I can turn it back on. And I'm going to talk to her for a minute. Hold on. You all right?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Thanks.
All right, I'll call you right back, okay?
Okay.
Why are you crying?
It's not that we do anything right.
Huh? You don't do anything right? You do a lot of things right. Will you quit it? You're just confused. You're having a hard time with stuff. Don't worry about it. Be easy on yourself. I'll call you right back. I love you, okay?
Okay.
Just relax. Take a brief breath. I'll call you right back.
Okay.
Love you. Whew. So, as you see, that's how heavy this journey is. They eventually realize that they're confused sometimes, and it really is hard. I'm sure on everyone. It's hard on them just as much as it's hard on us, and vice versa. So I'll call her after I'm done with this and kind of see how she's doing. But it sucks. This journey is really hard. That's why I'm pushing this video and showing you guys, because I really want every single person who has been feeling left out of their loved one's life right now because of this stupid frickin' pandemic and this COVID bullshit. I want you to be empowered and know that something exists to actually stay in contact with your loved one. And you know what? Facilities can't do anything about it. You have your rights. If anyone gives you any kind of grief, then most likely that facility has something to hide. So you can contact your ombudsman too, just so you're aware, and they'll basically tell you your rights based on where you're at. So you should have no problem. This shouldn't be anything that anyone should have an issue with, just so you guys are aware. And if you do, you can comment, or you could reach out to me directly. I'll put my email actually in the video comments so you're aware. So feel free to let me know and I can try to help you out. But again, there shouldn't be any issues with this. They should be welcoming this into their rooms because it's going to keep their family members connected, which is obviously going to help them in their journey and their mental well-being during these really hard times. But again, just so you're aware, what you need to be familiar with is going to communicate on the bottom and then drop in. That's essentially what I use this for 99% of the time. You see on the top right corner, there's this little silhouette. This is basically what I want to talk to you about, because right now, if I have a friend, say my friend Frank or something, it doesn't show any area for him to be able to drop into my mom. Most likely because he doesn't have an Amazon device and he probably doesn't have the app on his phone. But if I go to someone like my friend in Hawaii, George, you'll see it has this little allowed drop in. Now, mind you, it's toggled off by default, which is great because you don't have to worry about anyone dropping in unless you go to their contact and hit this little slider. And if I hit this slider, it's going to tell me enable drop-in. Basically, like, do you really want this person to drop in on whoever it is you're enabling this for? When drop-in is enabled, this contact and their household members can instantly connect to your Echo devices for video or voice conversation. Interactions with Alexa and motion sensors on Echo Show will be used to show a recently active indicator that lets them know whether you're available. So basically, do I want this? No, not with my friend George, because he has no reason to be talking to my mom or dropping in on her. Now, the only people that I would want would be an immediate family member and anyone who's going to contribute to my mom or your loved one's journey in a positive way. You don't want just anyone dropping in just because they can. Keep it very sacred and special and be very mindful of who you allow, because I think less is more. This is a quality kind of thing, not a quantity. So again, just know by default, the only person that is going to be able to drop in is you essentially setting it up. So I hope that helps. And that's a little clarification on the app side of this. And if you guys do have any questions, let me know in the comments below and I'll do my best to help you out and walk you through it. So essentially the Amazon Alexa Show goes off the contacts on your phone, as I said. And another good point is you don't have to have, I think I touched on this for a second, you don't have to have two Amazon Alexa shows in order for this to work. All you need is one in your loved one's room. And all you need to do is have your iPhone, or my example, I have an iPad Pro as well. And I use those two devices mainly with the Amazon Alexa app to communicate with my mom. So for example, I can have my iPad Pro sitting on this little stand and I'm using that as the video feed with the Amazon Alexa app. So I'm seeing my mom and talking to her on the iPad Pro. And then with this Amazon Alexa, I could actually play music for her, because it's, obviously two separate devices. So I can use my phone for that. I can play some kind of classical relaxation music on Pandora. You can really get creative with the way you utilize both of these devices paired together, as long as you really are familiar with the drop-in feature. And again, with this guy, that is the key component. And a lot of people right now with this pandemic, and we don't know which way it's gonna go, they can't see their loved one. They're sitting in a facility, maybe not even able to leave their room. My mom, for example, in her facility, they just had a staff member bring in COVID, which is really frustrating because every time a staff member brings in COVID, we have to pay and the restrictions get heightened. And now I can't see my mom. I can't visit her through the window even. They want the window closed. So this is even more of a time where I need to stay in contact with her and see what's going on and do a mental well check on her well-being. And this really is the only thing I can utilize in order to do so. So for those people who are wondering and really frustrated with this quarantine and COVID journey and the mess that it's caused, a lot of these older people haven't even left their room since March. I mean, think about that. That's a pretty significant time in their room or not being able to eat in a social area for lunch or dinner. There's a lot of the little activities that they had going on that they can't actually even be partaking in any longer because of this whole COVID thing. So a lot of people don't know. They think they can't see their loved one, or they can't actually go to the window, or maybe they just don't live close by. Maybe if I'm in Hawaii, for example, and I still want to communicate with my mom, or I'm on a trip, I can use this guy and my iPhone and still see her every single day and say goodnight and say good morning and do whatever I need to in order to make sure she's visually, in all right condition. So there's really no excuse or reason for anyone with the technology that we have available to us to not stay in contact and be able to see their loved one during this time. For basically $250, actually not even, $230 for this guy, you can stay in contact with your loved one every single day with the Essential app on your phone, and that's it. So there's no need for a huge investment. I'm going to give this guy away. I'm getting near to 1,000 subscribers, so it's going to kind of be part of that celebration to push myself towards the 1,000 subscribers, but I really want to pay this forward and give this to someone. It's only going to be given away to someone who I know is a caregiver and going through this journey on their own. So I want you guys to let me know in the comments below how you're going to utilize this and who you're going to utilize this for, and also share and subscribe to at least, anyone in the journey that may be able to benefit from something like this themselves, because I do want to give this away to someone who's going to utilize it for keeping in contact with your mom, your dad, your loved one, some real positive thing, and I'm, stoked to be able to help out someone. What you need to do is click the subscribe button. That's going to be part of this. You got to comment below and let me know who you're going to use this for and how it's going to help you in the caregiving journey that you're on. And as soon as I break 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to go ahead and read every single comment and see, and if I have to pick in the randomizer, but I'm going to use my discretion on how I'm going to pick it. It's going to be fair. And again, as soon as I break 1,000 subscribers, this guy is going to get given away, and I will notify you guys of who the winner is. And again, I want this to be someone who really can utilize this and maybe doesn't have the means to actually buy it. So if you do have the money to purchase this and it's not that big of a deal to spend $200, then maybe you can just share your comment below saying exactly that. Say, hey, I would love this. I really appreciate the information, but at the same time, give it away to someone who could really, really benefit from this and doesn't have the money to do so. So, just be mindful of that, please, because a lot of people, this actually seems like $2,000, let alone during this pandemic, where a lot of people aren't working. Hit the like button, subscribe, turn on notification. That's also part of this, so you can stay in tune with the winner when I do announce that. I should be breaking 1,000 subscribers, hopefully sooner than later, within the next month or two, so it's not going to be long until I give this guy away. So again, thanks guys for the support. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to do a follow-up video on this whole thing after I give it away, and if you guys have more questions regarding specifics, let me know in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer each and every one of them. So thanks guys, peace.